Good people, welcome to the Basketball Society podcast. My name is Martin Soaries. On this episode, I'm about to give you my thoughts on the latest controversy and situation with Angel Reese at LSU. We still don't know exactly what's going on, but I do have some thoughts on the situation, Kim Mulkey, and what could be next for Angel Reese at LSU. Angel Reese is a whole case study. In 5 to 10 years, maybe less, people will be examining and studying what transpired with Angel Reese during this time. Now, there's still more time to learn about what she's going to be and her impact in the college game, in the women's game, and at LSU. But what she's done just in the last 6 to 8 months, her life has changed drastically, not just by winning a national championship, but by becoming the face of women's college basketball, being in Cardi B videos, all kinds of NIL deals, sponsorship deals, Reebok, fashion stuff. I mean, her entire life has changed over the course of the last 6 to 8 months. You know, we've never seen anything like this. We haven't seen a case like this in terms of this kind of fame level. And, I don't know how much money she's making, but she's making significant money. WNBA players have said that she's making more than we're making right now. So this is totally unprecedented in terms of Angel Reese. Like, it's not just a star player. It's not just like her level of fame has reached an unprecedented level of attention, of scrutiny in terms of women's college basketball. So that's first and foremost. Like, remember, this is not just a typical case anymore. This is a very unique, special case when you talk about Angel Reese right now. What we have going on right now is that Angel Reese is benched. She's still part of the team, but she's not with the team. Their most recent game on the road, she wasn't with the team. She didn't travel with them. Kim Mulkey, the head coach at LSU, after the game, was obviously asked about it. In the previous game, she had benched Angel in the second half. So there have been things kind of leading up to this, and I'll get to a little bit more of that in a second. But there has been kind of a trickle effect to where we are now. One of them was the previous game when Kim Mulkey benched Angel in the second half. People had questions. The very next game, they're on the road. Angel's not with the team. People want to know why. I'm not here to defend Kim Mulkey. I'm just giving my takeaways and observations of the situation. I happen to have experience in terms of being a player that puts their coach in a compromising situation. As a high profile player on the team and on campus, doing things, making decisions, whatever the case, putting your coach in a tough position to have to answer questions about what's going on with you. Let me just preface by saying that. And I'm not defending Kim Mulkey. This is just my observation from being a player who's been in a situation where your coach had to speak for you. All she said was that Angel's still part of the team. She didn't say anything about being suspended or ineligible or any of that. She said that she didn't want to say. She's like, you guys don't need to know. All you need to know is that she's not with the team. Now, of course, that leaves things open to more speculation, and people feel like that was a missed opportunity by Kim Mulkey to further defend Angel and kind of eliminate any potential speculation as to what's going on, because there's already speculation flying, right? And I understand that, because a coach who knows what the situation is can provide some further clarity. What I heard was a coach trying her best and doing her best. I know people aren't crazy about Kim Mulkey for a multitude of reasons. And that's fine. I don't like or dislike her, or I don't really have any feelings about her. Like everyone keeps saying, if it was academics, or if it was even like a personal situation where a family member was sick or something like that, there are a number of things that it could be where it shouldn't be that serious or unprecedented, where she couldn't say what the situation is. We have to remember that Angel Reese is not a typical player. That's why I started by what I'm saying. anything involving Angel Reese is not typical, or you can't treat it just like any other player because of her situation. She's the most famous player in women's college basketball. By not telling people what's actually going on, I felt like that was Kim Mulkey trying her best to defend Angel and not put her stuff out there. What if what's going on is something that's going to have people talking? What if it is the academics? What if that is it? Again, people are speculating already because we know she had a really busy summer. People are saying, I hope she's in the gym and not in music videos all the time. I hope she can still focus on the classroom and the basketball court at the same time with all this new fame and attention and money coming in. People were already, and understandably so. Like, again, her life changed drastically. We all saw it. We all saw Angel Reese become a household name over the summer. Rightfully so. People were already questioning, like, how will this affect her? Not only does she have to come back as a national champion and look to repeat, defend that national championship, that weight is already heavy. Now she's a target on and off the court. People out here are not thrilled about Angel Reese making all this money. Some of the people who may not be thrilled, and I won't get into this too deep, but even LSU professors may not be that thrilled about Angel Reese and what she's doing. I think she does all of her classes remotely now. Again, there's no confirmation that this is an academic situation. One of the things that I feel like has people more speculating about academics, not just because of her attention and her fame and stuff, but also because of what happened between Angel Reese's mom and her teammate Flau'jae Johnson's mom on Twitter about a week ago. Flau'jae's mom made a comment about Angel's GPA being under a 2.0. When it's a teammate's relative, it feels like it could be inside information. It feels like it could be close to the truth when it's that close to the team, right? So I think that's one of the biggest reasons why people have gone straight to, it must be school, it must be academics. Stephen A. Smith has suggested that Kim Mulkey has benched and dismissed, not dismissed her from the team, obviously, because she said she's still part of the team. He feels that she has kind of given her a leave of absence because, and this was Stephen A. Smith's take, that Angel Reese has changed from the fame and the money, and Kim Mulkey saw it and she picked up on it, and she's kind of, this was Kim Mulkey's doing. Like, she has noticed that she's not as motivated as last year. She doesn't have that same look in her eye. She doesn't have the same hunger, right, coming in to now defend their national championship. Stephen A. Smith implied that he thinks this was just Kim Mulkey saying, you've changed, your priorities aren't right, you need to step away. What is this situation that Kim Mulkey felt like she couldn't say anything, she couldn't share it? Whatever she says, especially if it's something that has to do with Angel in particular, like her academics, or I think academics is the main thing we're all thinking of, that it could be like why she couldn't be with the team and why, right? Like, unless it's something personal or family related, which I feel like they would have said, I'm like, dog, this girl better not be pregnant. I'm just saying, bro. And look, if I don't really care. Like, if she was pregnant, that's, wonderful. I'd be happy for her. But man, I can't even imagine the backlash and the tidal wave of everything that would come if that were the case. I can't even imagine that for her. Usually when a coach doesn't want to share what's going on with their player, usually that's them trying to protect them. Unless Stephen A. Smith was right and this is like all Kim Mulkey's doing, and she was the one who told Angel, like, yeah, you need to step away for reasons not having to do with academics or eligibility or anything. If it was just like I think you need to take time away. We just hope she's okay. And it would be nice to know, like, I know she tweeted and said, like, don't believe everything you read, right? So now that counters, right? Because most of what we're reading is like, oh, she's ineligible, stuff is happening. She's like, don't believe everything you read. So now it's like, okay, well, what is going on? She put up something on her Instagram story, a picture just in the gym, at LSU gym. It was an empty gym. You saw the ball rack and the court and stuff. So it's like she's saying, like, I'm still here and I'm still working out. So what is really going on? We all want to know. We're all curious and nosy, and that's why people are going at Kim Mulkey, because we just want to know what's going on. And anytime you have a coach and even a program, because nothing has leaked yet, right? We don't even know if it's leak worthy. We don't know what it is. People are assuming grades, fame, money. Oh, the money got to her. I was hoping this didn't happen to her. Well, we don't even know what this is yet. It's clearly not serious or fatal enough to have officially suspended her, right? She's not suspended, but it's serious enough to have her not be with the team. So really, my best guess is it feels like I'm circling back to she had to take a break. Maybe between the argument with Flauger's mom on Twitter, other stuff she may have going on. Maybe school did start to weigh on her a little bit. Maybe she's got to catch up on one assignment or one class or something so she doesn't slip up or fall back or become ineligible. You got players, you've got D1, D2, D3, you got college players all across the spectrum, all over the country, missing games, sitting out, not suiting up, not with the team, ineligible, personal reasons. You got all across the college basketball landscape. You've got players in controversies and scandals and doing all types of stuff. And most of them, over 50% of them, you will not ever hear about because they're not Angel Reese. You got to think about it. Like, try to put yourself in her shoes. Like, even people who say, like, yeah, she changed and she got, yeah, well, you would probably change too if you got that much money. If people were talking about you every day on Twitter, like, your life changes. Her entire life has changed. So yeah, she's changing. To my observation, watching her play basketball, the little bit I got to in this early part of the season, it looked like she was still Angel Reese, the basketball player. It looked like she was, not to say she hasn't gotten better, but it looked like she was the same player that we watched win the national championship about 6 or 7 months ago. That was just my observation. It looked like she was good to go. Now, again, I'm not there. I don't spend time with her. I don't, people could have noticed other things from really being around her, sure. But just from what I saw on the floor, it looked like she was still competing, going hard, and being Angel Reese. What is really going on? I think it's very possible that she just took a mental break. The omission of information by Kim Mulkey, I get people saying and feeling like that made things worse. I just can't help but think about being a coach of the highest profile player like that. And whatever you say or don't say is going to feed into the narrative. If she sent Angel away from the team to take some time off, then that would mean she was protecting herself. And she didn't want people to come at her and ask her more questions about, well, why did you do that? Because there are going to be more questions either way. This clearly isn't a typical situation, because if it was, we would know what was going on. And also, it's not typical because you're not dealing with a typical player. You guys have to realize that and remember that. This isn't just another college basketball player, another college coach who's going to tell you, oh, yeah, it's Angel Reese. And I'm pretty sure Kim Mulkey understands the magnitude of Angel Reese right now, and all the talk around her, and people want to know what's going on, and they just want to know what's going on so they can criticize her, and they can say, oh, we knew it. We knew she changed. We knew it. If it's something bigger, if it's some real scandal internally or like a bigger controversy than we even imagined, then that was really Kim Mulkey protecting her player, because she's like, it's not I'm not going to tell you guys what's happening right this moment. It's either so serious that you can't say anything, or it's either so small that it's not that serious. But if it's not that serious, why is she away from the team? What's going on? I just felt like I heard a coach not trying to add any more fuel or speculation to a situation that is still unknown. The best thing you can do as a coach and as a program is try to control the narrative. So it's either something not that serious, or it's something so serious that she didn't want to say anything. And to me, that's more protecting her player than people are willing to give her credit for. I'm not defending Kim Mulkey. I'm just saying, based on what I heard, I'm not one of these people saying she made it worse. She should have defended Angel. What if she couldn't say what it is? That's a very real possibility for many reasons. Angel's privacy. Again, even if it wasn't that serious, she may have felt like, I don't need to say anything. Like, I don't really want to, like, because y'all are going to blow it up either way. So this isn't a typical situation where a coach comes out after the game, sits down, press conference. Yeah, she's dealing with it. Like, this is very delicate, and I'm sure everyone involved knows that, especially Kim Mulkey. So I'm not saying she went about it the right way or the perfect way or anything, but what she did do was not tell us anything. And whenever a coach doesn't tell you the whole story about the player, to me, that's a form of them protecting their player. How bad or how unserious is this that Kim Mulkey just couldn't say anything, just couldn't tell us? It's either super serious or it's not that serious at all. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Basketball Society podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you're listening from. We're on Apple Podcasts and on YouTube, talking basketball at all levels. Subscribe to the show wherever you may listen from. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, go down and leave a rating and review of the show when you get a chance. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for listening to this episode. I'm Martin Soaries. I will talk to you guys next time. Stay tapped in.